Well, Happy New Year, everyone. This is Lisa Dale Miller. The new year has brought some more additional changes for me. As many of you know, my life has been in this cycle of transitioning since July of 2023. And part of that transition was over the Christmas break we just had. I had time to refocus and revision and rethink what kind of content I want to be putting my energy into. And part of what I did over the break was create an entirely new podcast. New in that it's not the Groundless Ground, not new in that I have been asked over and over and over again over the last 10 years since I published my textbook on Buddhist psychology for mental health professionals. Please teach the material in the textbook. The truth is, I was so busy as a mental health professional in my private practice, I really didn't have time. And honestly, I wrote the book so that clinicians would have the material they needed. They would have the knowledge, and it would give me a chance to not have to put a lot of energy into teaching the material. The truth is, I love Buddhist psychology, and Buddhist psychology is a fantastic resource for mental health professionals in the modern era. You can now hear the first 5 episodes of the Buddhist Psychology podcast. And this podcast is quite different from the Groundless Ground. I've had the honor over the 6 years of producing the Groundless Ground podcast to interview so many brilliant individuals. And I decided the Buddhist Psychology podcast really should be me delivering knowledge. And that's what it is. The episodes are shorter. I know you're all used to me doing long form, but it's not that hard to pack very important information that mental health professionals can use every day in their offices with their patients. So these first 5 episodes are introducing this methodology where I give some didactic information on a particular topic on Buddhist psychology, and then there's practice. Plus, it's relevant to today. So the last 2 episodes gave me a chance to weave in how Buddhist psychology can be helpful to clinicians when it comes to working with individuals who are impacted by on-the-ground, here and now issues like the Los Angeles fires and the massive political upheaval that America is going through. So this is my invitation to all the Groundless Ground listeners. The Buddhist Psychology podcast, it's on all of the podcast apps you currently use, and go find it and subscribe. And I really want you to know that I've appreciated all your support for the Groundless Ground podcast. And I hope, especially those of you who are clinicians, that you will find value in the content that I've now decided to put my energy into, which is the Buddhist Psychology podcast. Thanks so much for all the support that you've given over these years.